Well, hello everyone. How's everybody doing today? My name is Ricardo Gloria. We're here in Kansas City, and we got actually some great leaders here with us. I guess, some people, a couple people that are really making a difference and helping a lot of people, supporting lots of families. We got Miss Perla Ponce here. Perla, you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi everyone, I'm Perla Ponce, I'm a thousand.
And we also got Mr. Miguel Cervantes.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you for taking your time and supporting what it is, this webinar on Google Hangouts with our leader, Stacy Wallace. And it's a pleasure also to be in the company of my sponsor, Ricardo Gloria, my thousand-year Perla Ponce, who's an inspiration to everybody here in Kansas City. And we're going to talk a little bit about what it is that we need to do to have success in this business, if that's what you want to call it. A lot of people don't understand. You have to have a reason why to do this. And Ricardo, I don't know if you'd like to start first and let everybody know what we do in Kansas City and what's our motivation.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. The reason we're doing this hangout is because we really believe in sharing. We really believe in the company's vision, and Mr. Ryan Wert's vision. Which, by the way, happy birthday, sir. Happy birthday today, Feliz cumpleaños. If you haven't wished our CEO a happy birthday on today, Wednesday, July 24th, you still got time. And we're blessed to have him. I posted something there. We thank God for him. We thank God for his life and his vision, the opportunity to share this with millions of people. So. Okay, so the reason we're doing this is because we believe in the vision, we believe in Solavei's purpose, and a lot of times people see us on Facebook, they see the pictures, they see the tweets, and they think, well, they're fortunate, they have it easy, they got the money to spend, they got the time, they got the opportunity, it was just on a silver platter. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to show you stuff today that we've gone through, the sacrifices we've done, because a lot of times it takes sacrifice. It takes sacrifice, and just like Mr. Miguel was saying, the work that we're doing on the field with everybody and for everybody, it's unbelievable. And I know Perla, she's paid the price. She's going to tell us a little bit about herself here in a second, and what did it take for her to go thousandaire. And I think you guys are gonna like her story, because we've enjoyed it, sharing with people, what she had to do and how she did it. So you guys hang around and you'll see what I'm talking about. I guess here in Kansas City, we're having a great response, and it's very pleasant to see that through the United States, this wave is taking off. What we've been doing, Mr. Miguel and I personally, Casey Smith, we got Orlando Matos, Jorge Ton, Isaac Gallegos, everybody here in Kansas City that's taking it up on themselves to create this revolution. After we had the takeover, the Kansas City takeover in June, we kept going with the takeover. Just to give you an idea, you guys have seen the Hummer that we're using for the takeover. That Hummer is not my Hummer, guys. Yes, I paid for it, but it's the whole team's Hummer. It's the whole Kansas City. It's a Solavei Hummer. We use it for everything and everybody. It doesn't matter what event you have. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You call us and you say, hey, is the Hummer available? Is the tent available? Is the flags available? And those tools are to work in 24/7. So it takes dedication, it takes effort, it takes energy. And what we're going to share with you today is that besides, we apologize, we got some, it's a shop actually, so we're going to tell you that in a little bit. But besides going out there and sharing with people and signing people up and giving them the service and all that, we've actually had to go the extra mile. And before I get into some pictures and such, I'm gonna see if Perla can share with us what she's been able to do on what basis. What's the sacrifices that she's taken? What's the steps that she's done? I mean, a little bit about how long did it take her and what she had to do and what she had to go through to become a Dowsoner. We'll share with you what Mr. Miguel and I have been doing here for the past few weeks.
All right. Hi, everyone. Like I said, I'm a Dowsoner already. Good thing. I'm not lucky. I just work for it. I go outside in the heat. It's not easy. One thing, it's because I diagnosed it with lupus. As you don't know, we can stand in the sun. You can stand on the heat. You can stand on the cold. But anyways, I just decide to go in the heat every weekend, every day, as prospecting for people that is looking for better service and for saving money. So I didn't care about the doctor told me don't stay on the heat. I'm just like, you know what? Just for this summer, I know it's going to be temporary. It's not going to be forever. So you know what? I'm just going to go out there, look for people, and help them save money. One of the things I didn't have the money. Of course I didn't have the money. That's what I'm doing this thing. So I look for all my corporate shirts and take it and put Solavei on it. I didn't need to buy a Solavei shirt, So one of the things is the sacrifice. You're going to do it once. It's not going to be forever. And you have to find a reason why. My reason, I know why. It's my family, and it's me. First, you got to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, just find why. A reason. As all the June, I make it 2009 in June. Every single day, every single weekend, prospecting for somebody in the sun, 95, 90 degrees outside. As you can tell, I'm a little dark. I'm not that dark. I'm a little lighter. But it's just once. You can do it once. If I have to do it again, and it's a harder way to do it, I will do it again. I make my 1,000 already. I'm ready for my second step. It's going to take us. It's not easy to jump from 1,000 to get 1,500 people. It's not easy. But I know I can do it, and you guys can do it too. But if you're healthy enough, thank God you guys are healthy. I'm not. I sometimes are real healthy. I can be in the sun. Sometimes I can't. But I say, you know what? I have to do it. And it's going to be temporary only. It's do a sacrifice. Please do it. Go out there. Share. 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 Don't stop sharing the savings. It's all I can say. I'll make it. Why you guys cannot make it?
Perla, let me ask you something. Besides going out there and prospecting in the heat, in the sun, like you've been doing with your condition, just so everybody knows, Perla's condition, she's a lot more liable to get dehydrated over nothing, just in a heartbeat. And she's been out there, she's been at the swapping shop, at the flea market, doing out on the streets, on the corners with a tent, with the table, with the flags. And when you start setting the example, what happens, based on what you've seen, you start setting the example and what happens, then your organization starts doing it too. Perla is going to have 1,000 on her network already this month. So last month it was her turn. This month is one of her 1,000, and next month is going to be another one, and a couple 1,000 under his 1,000. So you guys can see that when you set the example and you set the bar high, and there's no excuses when you have a medical condition and the doctor says you can't go out the heat, you got to stay home. You can't do that. And Perla decide, you're not going to tell me what I can and cannot do. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do it every day, hurting or not hurting, heat or not heat. I want to ask you, Perla, what besides the heat and the prospecting and on the streets, tell me, was it easy with family and friends? Were family and friends supportive all the way? Or are you going through the same thing everybody's going, where family and friends, they really don't support that much? How was your situation? Was that easy?
No, it was not easy. One of my biggest support you're going to think is her husband. No, it's not. It's my little one doing. My little one is like, Mommy, go out there. Go look for people. share the money, share the savings. They're gonna save money, mama. So that's my big support. First you share with your friends, they're like, you're crazy, it's not gonna work. Yeah, right. Your family, same thing. So for me, I think it's just like you just gotta hear and then let it go. But like I say, you gotta just look for a reason. So it was not easy. They haven't helped me a lot, and now they're seeing the results. Because now they're like, okay, I want to try it like you do. So they're like, I want to try it like you did.
Everybody wants to be like you.
Everybody wants to do it. So people, please do it yourself, and everybody is gonna follow you.
Don't stop.
Don't stop.
I remember back. See, Perla, ladies and gentlemen, is started also when we had Delane, so she's also a founding member. But I remember along the course, there was times when Ricardo and I, because we knew she was a leader.
Oh, yeah.
Ricardo and I have always identified her as a leader. But there was times when we would say, "Where's Perla at? Where's Perla at?" And we would call her, and we would call her, and we would always notice that you were down. Can you elaborate a little bit? Because I know a lot of times, Ricardo and I understand there's going to be things out there that are going to want to steal your dreams.
Yes.
And a lot of times, the enemy is within your house.
Yes.
Like you were saying, a lot of times you can't get the support. We have the fortune of knowing Perla from another project, so we know what she was capable of. But a lot of times, it takes leadership to inspire people. And I want you to inspire, tell people, what it was that inspired you, who it was that helped you. But before you do, I want everybody out there to know one thing. Now, Perla is the inspiration for us. Because, you have a person that's sick. She's not supposed to be doing a lot of things, yet she sets the example. Because one thing is to lead, and one thing is to tell people, go out and do this. That's easy. But a true leader goes out and sets the example. It's just like Ricardo here. He sets the example for what needs to be done. Everybody else just follows. A lot of people complicate success, and you shouldn't. You should duplicate success. So go ahead and tell us, Perla, at the beginning, what would happen with the family and...
As always, like you we always do our social and margaritas every Wednesday. It was times that Javi said, you know what, don't go this time. You got things to do at home, as a wife. So everything is clean, your food is ready, can I go? Like, you can't. So one of the things I gotta oh, please, can I go? I don't really want to go, So I really have to thank Mr. Miguel Cervantes. He's always on the calls, how are you, Perla? You can do it, how's your family doing? He never asked me how many trees you got this week, or how many people you pressed with this week. He was just always, Perla, how are you? How's your health doing? So one of the big inspiration, it was these two guys that I got next to me. They're in my city. They're having success, and I'm hungry to have success. So I'm like, did I listen to Mojave and stay home and not doing it, or should I just make him mad for a while? You made him mad because of being going out there just for a little while. I'm not gonna get divorced, of course, but just temporary. I can tell everything is temporary.
Yeah.
So it's like
one of the things, ladies and gentlemen, see, we understand her situation, and I don't profess to know humans completely, but I know one of my jobs as the sponsor, and Ricardo and I do it, is her husband. I love him; he's a good man, but we make him feel at home. So while she attacks on one end, Ricardo and I attack on the other front, and eventually we break him down. But now that he sees the $1,000 extra a month, now he wants to come out and hang with us. You see, ladies and gentlemen, what we're trying to get at is this. Nothing in life of value, nothing in life of substance, anything worth attaining comes with the price. And if you feel a lot of times that this is easy, it's not. And I want to tell Perla something now that we're here. A lot of you out there are looking for a miracle. You're looking for maybe a Ricardo Gloria, or you're looking for somebody like me. or you're looking for somebody like her, Perla, let me tell you, if you're looking for a miracle, you are it.
I am.
You are it. See, and stop looking. And if you're on this Google Hangout here tonight, and you're looking for that guy who's going to explode your business, or that person, that female, don't. You are that person. All you have to do is work with what you have, and obviously find yourself a mentor, find yourself a good sponsor, and build a team that's going to build your dream. And in our case, we're like family now. Everything that you see going on around here, we're going to elaborate a little bit more. Ricardo's got some pictures, but it's a family effort. A lot of times my wife is Perla's sponsor, and we see her as our daughter, you know, and a lot of times it's not just business all the time, it's family. So it really is. And for us here lately, she's been the inspiration for us because, like I said, it's nice to see when a person comes along and they have to be able to listen. They want to have a reason why, and they have to have the ability to listen. And obviously, Ricardo is an awesome sponsor, good mentor, gives a lot of good advice. I feel I do the same. I take a lot of advice. But here is the perfect example of what it is when you apply yourself, you listen to your sponsor, and you just duplicate what they do. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what we have for you today is just that. Follow the leader, and it's very simple. Ricardo, I don't know if you want to elaborate.
You know, what you said a couple of things, duplication and follow the leader and just follow what somebody else is already doing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, we get it as much as we can from our great leader, Stacy Wallace, you know, and when somebody becomes thousandaire, and the next month, under his organization, you get a thousandaire, and then the next month, another thousandaire under that organization, and then another thousandaire, and then you start seeing more thousandaires grow out of it, and under them as well. It's a pretty awesome feeling, and at this point, you still don't know exactly 100% of what you're doing. You just know that that's what you want. You know that that's what you feel. And before you know it, you get everybody contagious with it. Everybody's contagious now, and now everybody's spreading the virus of that power and that feeling. And now before you know it, now you got thousandaires on the thousandaires on the thousandaires on their thousandaires, and everybody's doing the same thing. And then you start looking, and you're like, oh my God, everybody's doing the same thing we're doing, and they're having their results. And that's when you know that's when you know it hits you. We started something without even knowing, and that's a pretty cool feeling, you know, because Perla right here, like she said at the beginning, she had so much struggle. It was hard because of her condition and the family and friends and all that, and she never left. She just kind of stayed steady at slow pace. And after a while, when it clicked in her, it took her about 2.5 months to hit thousandaire. Boom, just like that, 2.5 months. Not only that, but she's created so much momentum and so much impact on people around her. Like I said, she's going to have several thousandaires here in the next month or two in her organization, and that's huge. That's huge because you see that not only the guy up there or somebody on the organization over there is making thousandaire. No, you see everybody that's really have a reason, that really has a purpose, that really has that hunger, that really has that vision, breaking thousandaire. So there's no excuses. And like she was saying, you don't need to go spending, you know, $40, $50, $80 on wardrobe and all kinds of different things. When things get tough, you need to get creative. These guys have done an awesome job with anything they can to put the purple out there, to put the logo, to do this, to do that, just to make it happen. So when you make excuses on the side and now you're really, all you want to do is get to your goal, it makes it easier. And then trust me, you can't find no more excuses. Once you get them out of the way, it's very hard to find them because now all you see is solutions. Anybody tells you, and you say, oh no, let me tell you how to fix that. Oh no, let me tell you how to overcome it. Oh no, let me show you how to do it. And people go, how do you know all of that? Well, because my excuses are out of my head anymore. Exactly. Now I only see solutions. And if I don't see them, I know somebody that I can call. and more than likely it's going to give me a solution. So what we're preaching, like Mr. Miguel was saying, is not just something that we read on a book. It's something that we're doing every day. When you wear the colors and you wear the logo and you go out there and talk to people and they see you with your SIM cards and your iPad and your flags or whatever you have, your banners or whatever, and they see you every day, you make it so much noise, you make it every day, that eventually people will follow, because they say, you know what, this guy is going at it every day, I see some results, now I see he got a new car, maybe he got a new something that the person was not able to get before, and they start seeing that now the person is all over Facebook, and now they stop working now because they're making enough money. And whether it takes you 2 months or 6 months or 8 months, it doesn't matter. All you got to do is keep pushing, because when you get there, then everybody wants to be around you. We already know where Perla's headed. Her next stop is connector, and then up from there. But she's not settling for nothing less than connector. And I already know Perla should be a connector before the end of the year, ladies and gentlemen, because it's a very easy step to get to. And then after that, you know, we'll go to the next one. But we already seen it, we already feel it, we claim it, and I think she believes it. Do you believe that?
I believe it. I believe it.
And one of the things that I'd like to go back on, there's in order for you to achieve anything in life, in order for you to accomplish anything, you have to have a reason why, strong reason why. And like Perla said, it's clearly defined. It's your family. Ricardo, clearly defined goals. Miguel, here, clearly defined goals. You need to have a clearly defined goal, or else you're not going to do nothing with Solavei, because the fuel for success has to come from within. And unless you find that why, obviously you're not going to have success. It's just like a boat out at sea. If you don't have any direction, guess what? You're going to go in circles. And it's a problem that we have nowadays with youth, obviously, but even as adults. If we don't have a purpose, if we don't have anywhere to go, if we don't have a destination, obviously we're not going to go nowhere. Perla has a destination, I have a destination, Ricardo has a destination, clearly defined. We get up in the morning and nothing stops us from achieving that goal. So ladies and gentlemen, one of the reasons why we're here today on this Google Hangout is for you to clearly define the reason why you want to have success at Solavei. For us, yes, the social executive maybe 6 times over, the money, we all need it. Obviously, we're not going to deny it. But look at us here. We're not money-hungry people. We know one thing. You see, money can't buy you love. Money was made to show love. At the end of the day, it's the currency that we use to exchange and buy products and goods. But at the same time, it's a tool that we need to help other people. So a lot of times, this is what I love. Ricardo helps me. I help Perla. Perla, in turn, helps people in her organization achieve success. Whether you like to measure the success economically, we don't. We see it as a blessing, because it's empowering people, like Ryan Work says. It's empowering people to where now that Ricardo and I have shown her how to make $1,000, there's nothing going to stop her. Nothing's going to stop her. You know, and whether you like that or not, to us it's a blessing, because now we've empowered one more human being. We've elevated one more human being to a level of achievement that is unstoppable. Now, what's our responsibility from now on? What's your responsibility? Duplicate it.
Duplicate it.
Duplicate it and support and show. When people call and complain that I can't, you call them and you say, you know, anything could be done. You've already paid the price. You know, and that's one of the things that I love about this man here with Ricardo Gloria. He goes out and he's the cowboy and he takes all the arrows, and guess what? All I got to do is come up behind him and just help him pluck him out. But he's already taken the arrows for me. That's why I love him. That's why I respect him so much. And one of the reasons is people pay the price every day so that you don't have to. Here on this Google Hangout tonight, we're paying the price. Maybe you might learn something, and it's free for you because we've already paid it. Perla's already paid it. We have already, and we want to share that with you. So find your reason why, and then from there, Rick, what else do we need to do?
Once you find it and you really make yourself want it that much and really push yourself and don't stop, that's what's going to take you there, because persistence is paying off. Sacrificing means a lot. When I say sacrificing, I'm telling you, it doesn't mean you got to do one sacrifice without you know, I guess without a purpose, you know, without a guideline. Because what we're doing, we're sacrificing at the same time that we know what we're shooting for. A lot of people think, well, I already sacrificed a lot. Yes, but if you don't have a guideline, if you don't have a goal, it don't matter how much you sacrifice, it ain't gonna happen. And I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of some pictures of what we're doing when I'm saying sacrifice. Give me 1 second, see if this works, because let's see. Okay, here we go. So check this out. We've been, I'm hoping everybody can see this. We've been working here at this shop, because this gentleman right here, he has actually, been wanting to do a Solavei store. And this gentleman had an accident about 7 months ago. And he said, you know, if I could just build a little bit of an office or an area to put a Solavei store, I'd love to do it. So here we are. Instead of him paying $3,000 that he doesn't have to build a store, a bunch of us got together, and check this out. We got together and we decided, let's us get some lumber, help this guy out. Here he is on a wheelchair, and what we're doing, we're making it happen. He's got a little warehouse here in Kansas City, and we're sharing with everybody the vision. We're already sharing with everybody what we're doing. This area is so hot for Solavei anymore that we haven't even finished this. We haven't even got completed, and we already signed close to 30 people, you know, in the last month time. So what happens when we start working as a team, and some people are bringing lumber, some other people are bringing sheetrock, some other people are bringing a door, you know, an AC unit, etc., etc. Some other people are bringing some carpet so we can finish it. And we work as a team, things happen a lot easier, you know. So here we are with our Solavei shirts, we're hanging drywall, and then somebody comes in the door and says, hey, what is this? What can I get service? I mean, is it already open? Of course, we'll take our tools down, we get our iPad or our computer, and sign some people up. So it's already happening, you know. And on the same token, you know, what we were talking about sacrifice, I want to get something clear here. A lot of people think that this is easy, you know. When let me show you this real quick. A lot of people think this is easy when we share the Hummer, you know, when we share the flags and everything. A lot of people say, well, you know, you're blessed because it's you have the funds and you have the means and you're able to have the time and everything. Well, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. That Hummer right there, we had, you know, from before we bought it, you know, several years ago, and it had been sitting in the garage, and I knew there was a purpose for it. And when we had the opportunity to share Solavei, and you start knowing that you don't have all the money in the world, but you start counting your blessings and say, do I take my last funds and wrap this thing and buy me flags and a table and signs and everything, and because I believe in it 100%, or do I keep my money, whatever little I have left, and see what happens? Well, you know what? We made a decision, and we decided to wrap that thing, and we decided to spend our last end of the money that we had. And I'll tell you what, when you do it out of heart, and when you do it because your belief is so high, before you know it, your business explodes, and it takes your numbers into thousands of people on your network now, with dozens of thousandaires in your network. And that's when you know that sacrifice you made with 100% belief in your heart is paying off. And at the same time, I'm not telling you go get a Hummer. I mean, they don't even make them anymore, you know. I'm not telling you go get a Hummer. I'm not telling you go spend $20,000 on a big vehicle. I did this because we already had it, and we just thought that was a purpose of keeping it for a long time without driving it because of how expensive it was to drive the thing. But now, if you see in front of it, you see that Geo Metro. You see that Geo Metro that looks just like it was his kid, you know, the Hummer's kid? That's a Geo Metro that's worth about 600 bucks. And that Geo Metro is going to have as much impact as the Hummer. That Geo Metro, it's 700 bucks or whatever at a used auction or a used car lot, and then you invest another 1,200 on a wrap, and I tell you what, it's gonna have the same impact, the same results as that big Hummer. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if you must pay a sacrifice, if you must make it the best for you, make it the best for everybody around you. Don't make a sacrifice without knowing why you're gonna make it, or without a guideline. What can you tell us on that, Miguel? With when we see a big Hummer and then a small Geo Metro, you know, do you think it's got the same impact because of the sacrifice he's making?
Yes, it is. And at the same time, once we start looking at them vehicles, what we're looking at, what it is, it's duplication, and it's duplication at its finest. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, we need to understand one thing here at Solavei. You have to be completely dedicated and understand what our mission is. I'm a firm believer in social commerce. In fact, yesterday I was at the car dealership and I was shopping for tires, and guess what? The guy at the dealership had a little sign and he says, if you like our service, please like us on Facebook, like us on Twitter, like us on, tell your friends about us on Pinterest, on Google+. So obviously social commerce, it's not yet understood completely, but everybody understands that it's the future. And obviously, if you look around, when it comes to Solavei, nobody's getting hurt, because at the end of the day, Ricardo, what we want to help people. We want to help people save, and we want to help the price of commerce come down. If it means through savings, why not? Brand yourself, brand whatever you can afford. A comment that I seen posted on Empowered Living. I wish that I had the money to do something like that. Well, wishes don't pay for bills. Like Ricardo says, you know, if you have a good team, everybody commits time, whether it's material. We've been blessed to have a very, very strong family in Kansas City that represents Solavei, that believes in Solavei, like Fedla here, that's dedicated. And guess what? If somebody can bring nails, if somebody can bring a window, if somebody can bring whatever it takes, we're all on board. So at the end of the day, duplication and even branding yourself with the shirt everywhere you go. On the weekends, I have a job that I don't like. In fact, I call a job at the place where I'm at, I call it the suck, because it sucks working. It sucks being there. But ladies and gentlemen, I love it because I can wear my shirt, and I learn a lot of things. Now I've got it to where people are coming in with phones in their hand and say, hey, can you do an activation for me? And it's 2 weekly. And guess what? If I continue to wear my shirt while I'm working at the suck, it's going to be 3 weekly. And then after a while, I'm just going to say, hey, boss, you know what? I'm kidding. I work for my brother-in-law. So going back to that, Ricardo, being at that bakery, everybody here knows that it's a bakery. It's my brother-in-law's bakery. We partner with him too. But one of the things I've noticed is that when I'm there, I deal with a lot of people. And guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing more frustrating than walking into a place of business and not knowing what you want. And I think that inspires me too, because I see a lot of people that don't know what they want. And guess what happens? You make other people's lives frustrating, you know. So back again, know what you want, have your reason why, duplicate the success, brand yourself, obviously connect to something like we're doing here today, the Google+, the webinars. I love the Empowered Living platform that Stacy Wallace puts together for us. All the tools, the calls, especially the Spanish calls. I tell my people that speak Spanish only, promote the English ones. Tell your friend, you know, say, hey, I don't understand what this guy here in English is saying, but, you know, can you watch it for me and then let me know? And guess what? When he's done, you sign him up. So there's a lot of tools at our disposal that Solavei has. And go ahead, Ricardo.
I want to emphasize on that, the tools, people. If you're just starting or you've been at it for a few months like Carlita was, and you haven't gotten to where you're at and you want to be yet, and you're still hungry, connect with other leaders. If your sponsor is not available, if your sponsor is messing around or playing out, gave up, don't worry about it. Connect with other leaders, find leaders on Facebook, you know, friend people, friend us, you know, I mean, we're all in for supporting anybody. I call it the adoption program because we've adopted so many people. We love it. You know, I said the other day, you know, it'd be nice to start a program where we can start earning commission of adoptions. You know, but no, I'm just kidding. It's one of those things where you enjoy it. When you enjoy it and you really make it because of other people, your reward comes automatically. Connect.solavei.com, empowerliving.biz, you know, mysolavei.com. Those webpage, when you find them and you go in there and you look for support, we have more tools than what we need. We have a lot more than what we already need. All we got to do, instead of trying to get a hold of the sponsor that doesn't answer, go under connect.solavei.com, go on Facebook, you know, find us there, ask us a couple questions, connect with people with similar mentality, because when you connect with people and you're trying to make different mentality people change, it's going to take a little while. You know, I'm not saying it's impossible because it's happened, but it's not going to happen until it clicks on them. Once it clicks, then they're going to wake up one morning and say, wow, I found out about this website, I found out about this program, are you kidding me? I've been telling you for the last 6 months. Well, I know, but I just found it, you know, and it's okay because it's going to happen when they're ready, guys. So connect to the tools and connect with us, you know, connect with more leaders that have similar mentality, and you're going to go all the way up to success.
At the end of the day, it's all about empowering people. Remember, you don't want to help. You want to help people, but you don't want to take people by the hand, because at the end of the day, it was easy for me when I first got started. But now, you know, there's 50, 60, 70 leaders that I work with on a direct basis. Ricardo has thousands of leaders that he works on a direct basis. Can you imagine how difficult that is? So a lot of times, the tools are very important. You know, the wraps, the stores. At the end of the day, the simplest thing is getting branded. Wear the brand at the end of the day. And I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to use Puebla as an example. My wife bought a tent, she bought a display stand, and we had some tools, and we let the team borrow them. And obviously, I don't know where they're at now. I think they're probably on the way to California.
Probably.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. You see, was it the tool that we let you borrow that the team uses that gave you success, or was it the inspiration that your mentors give you?
No, it was the tools you guys let us borrow. You know, you let us borrow the tent, the little stand of Solavei, and we sat on the flea market for just a couple first times. You know, people just pass by, but every single weekend we're there. So people, persistence. So now people get close and say, I'm ready. You know, I'm just tired of watching you offering the service. So you know what? I'm ready to it. So it was just, you know, it was brand, you know, yourself, a t-shirt, Solavei t-shirt, you know, have something, have your business cards, have flyers, just pass it to people, be on the tent, be, you know, every single parking, you know, corner they can let you stand, just put a tent, Solavei tent, you know, big flyer, you know, something, but it's just real helpful.
The tools are helpful, but what I wanted to get at was this. Whether you had the tent, whether you had the table, whether you had the booth, or whether you have the Hummer, is that going to stop you?
No.
No. Why? Because at the end of the day, where's Solavei at?
Yes.
Solavei is in your heart.
It's in the heart.
It's a belief.
It's in the heart.
And see, when you connect with the correct people, then you become unstoppable. And that's what this young lady is right here, right now. Unstoppable. Because what happens? She's hooked up with the correct leadership. She's been fed the proper information. She's been empowered. And now what? And unstoppable. Whether it's, as far as we're concerned, just being branded is good enough for us. The Hummer, the table, it's a luxury, but we've become connected on an ability. We've understand one thing: being able to connect with people is the key. And you don't need nothing fancy, because all it is a big smile. This young lady has a big smile when it comes to talking about Solavei. And what happens? People here on earth, there's so much negativity. Everybody's struggling. A lot of people just want a big smile. And when Ricardo puts on a big smile, we had that last night, brother. We did it last night, and I'm always in learning mode. But what happens is when you're happy, people want that. People want to be contagious with positive information, with positive energy. Remember, there's plenty of negative everywhere else. So you want to be around positive people. And when you're positive, you inspire. And what does inspire mean? Well, to breathe in, to give hope. And I think at the end of the day, that's what Ricardo is. That's what this young lady is. And obviously, I'm always in learning mode, so I always want to inspire people as much. So wear the smile, wear the brand, share the good news, be positive about what we're doing. Remember, we're impacting many people. At the end of the day, we want to help people save money. And if at the end of the day, somebody comes along and wants to become a social executive, make money, that way they can in turn empower other people, this is what Solavei is for us. So.
That's right. So, closing this with, when you persist and you have a vision, and especially when you start seeing the results, people, and you start seeing that now there's people looking up to you, that's big, because now it's your turn. Now is your turn to turn around and say, okay, well, let me show you the little bit I've learned. And that's what we're doing, there's no magic words, there's no magic tricks or nothing like that. All you need to do is have a big old smile. Thank God every morning for a new day. Ask Him for wisdom, ask Him for energy, ask Him for health, just so you can keep going through that day, one day at a time, and the magic starts happening. So I'm telling you, right here, right now, where we're at, it's the next Solavei store in Kansas City. Solavei branded. We're super excited. It's gonna be up and running here, hopefully in the next week or so. What is it costing us? A few $100, a lot of sweat. We're losing a little bit of weight even, so it's good. But we're having fun. We're having a lot of fun, and we whether it's a multi-million-dollar store or a $1,000 store, it's okay. The point is what's in it, and what's in it is it's power from the heart, energy, positivism. We want to share it with the world, just like yourselves. Once again, don't wait until you have $10,000 to invest. If you can only have a shirt, some SIM cards, and a phone to activate people, that's all you need, because the smile is bigger than the Hummer. Because the smile is bigger than the flags and all the stands and all the stores combined. When you have a big smile and you're transparent and you have that you're sure of what you're doing, and you have that belief, people want to be with you more than with a store or with a Hummer or with the flags. So stop looking for that out there. You already have it in you. Pull that big old smile out, put heart in it, put some belief behind it, and don't make any excuses. I know Perla don't make any excuses. I know Miguel does, and I know a lot of guys out there that are not making excuses. But then I know a few that are, and you know who you are. So stop making excuses. Start making the vision and a goal, and we'll see you guys at the top. Perla, you want to say something so we can finish up?
Well, people probably, you have a bunch of trios. Probably it's people out here that doesn't have a trio. Just as soon as you start connecting one trio, nobody's going to stop you. The person is going to stop you is you. So you got to fight with yourself every single morning and say, I believe myself and I can get a trio each day, or like I said, mentality trio. One other thing, guys, I just write here and I love it. I read it from a book and it says, doing it more, doing it better, doing it faster, and breaking records. I'll see you on the top.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You want to say something, sir?
Ricardo, I think you touched on something right now, and I firmly believe it. It's true. At the end of the day, at Solavei, you have to have fun. You really have to enjoy this. Yesterday, Ricardo and I worked about 10 hours. It's hot in here. I went home. I was tired. My feet were aching. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I wanted to come back this morning. And keep in mind, we're not being compensated economically like in a traditional job. There's no money here at the end of 20, 30 hours. But it's an investment. And why am I here again? Like he says, Ricardo says, I'm having fun. We're having fun. And that's one of the reasons why we need to understand why we are Solavei. We're a family. Obviously, we've grown. Like Perla says in the beginning, maybe a lot of the family doesn't understand you. That's fine, but guess what? You become adopted. You come around a different family, and next thing you know, instead of losing a brother or a sister, next thing you know, now you've grown. Well, that's the power that I love about Solavei, the friendship, the camaraderie, and having the fun that we're having. So I just like to tell everybody, and this is very important, and I always keep saying that I'm going to tell people this. A lot of times it's very important, Perla said it very well. What we're doing, we want to connect with you, the person that maybe doesn't have a trio yet, maybe the person that started. Ricardo said one thing, you know, the first trio is always the most difficult. And it's tough. Obviously, it's tough. But remember, you don't get to have 3,000 people, or you don't get to have an organization with 200, 300 people, whatever it is, unless you start with the first one. So you decide, you choose when you want to start, and hold on, and don't let nothing stop you. So have fun while you do it. Count your blessings. Every day we wake up, like you say, there's people out there that don't wake up. There's people that are challenged when it comes to their health. And yet you see them around you, and they serve to inspire us even more. So, Ricardo, I'm going to let you have the last word, brother.
It's optional, people. It's optional, and my favorite word, everything is temporary. Perlita has learned it, and I know everybody has heard me enough. It works. When you stay in a temporary mindset, it always gets better. If you're willing to enjoy it and let it go if it's good, and you're willing to learn from it and let it go if it's bad, and just treat it as temporary, it always gets better. Duplication is great, and my pride and joy, you know, biggest duplication is right here. My son Ricardo, he's with us. He's summer break. Most of the kids are playing video games and doing other stuff. He's 13 years old, ladies and gentlemen. That's my biggest duplication. The stuff he's reading, the stuff he's putting in his head, you know, good, powerful books, you know, and learning the trade and learning how to deal with people, how to treat people with respect, how to become a people person. That's bigger than anybody's check. And when your 13-year-old sees what you're doing, that's when you got to be careful, because what are you showing them? Guys, God bless you. Have a great day. We know you learned a couple of things, you know, so we hope you took some notes. And if not, you can always come back and see us again at the recording. So connect at solavei.com, mysolavei.com, and powerliving.biz. God bless you guys, and have a good one from Kansas City, Ricardo Gloria.
Perla Ponce.
Miguel Cervantes.
Ricardo Gloria. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.